Hello everyone. Before I begin, I would like to thank the ECSPM for the invitation to participate in this symposium and, of course, the local organizers in Tilburg who are kindly hosting this remotely. My name is Nikolay Slavkov and I am a professor at the University of Ottawa. I appreciate this opportunity to tell you about the Linguistic Risk-Taking Initiative, which is both a paper-based and a digital language learning project conceived at my institution. This pre-recorded presentation will focus mostly on the paper-based version of the initiative and will provide you with some background about the project. I have already presented the project at previous ECSPM symposia, so some of you may be familiar with this background and may choose to skip through some of the slides that follow. I will also have a live presentation slot at the upcoming symposium, and at that time I will offer an online demo of the new linguistic risk-taking digital tool that has not been presented previously. This will give us an opportunity for a live interaction and hopefully an interesting discussion. Okay, so let's begin. I will go fairly quickly through some of the slides, but if you need to read some of the text more carefully, feel free to pause the recording. The focus of this project is on the notion of linguistic risk. The notion is interesting because it encapsulates two types of common emotions that language learners may experience. We can think about this as two sides of the same coin. On the one hand, learners may experience nervousness, anxiety, or fear of speaking a second or a foreign language. This may be due to common risk factors such as being misunderstood, misunderstanding others, making errors, changing existing language habits, taking on a different identity in the new language, being judged, criticized, or corrected. However, there is also a positive side of the coin. Taking linguistic risks can also lead to feelings of excitement, enjoyment, accomplishment, and overall success associated with communicating in a second language. To recap, the construct of linguistic risk is a positive one. Linguistic risk-taking can be used as a strategy to push language learners out of their comfort zone and to engage in meaningful daily practice in the second or foreign language. Linguistic risk-taking can increase autonomy, confidence, competence, and can ultimately give pleasure. The Linguistic Risk-Taking Initiative was conceptualized in Canada in the context of the University of Ottawa, the world's largest English-French bilingual university. In this context, some students may be French learners while others English learners. Students have the opportunity to enroll in free language courses and also practice their language skills outside of class in daily interactions on the bilingual campus. However, due to some of the risk factors mentioned earlier, students may shy away from opportunity to use their second official language in authentic everyday situations. So, to encourage learners to step out of their comfort zone and engage in linguistic risk-taking, we designed a linguistic risk-taking passport. The passport, initially a paper booklet and subsequently a digital app, has both an English and a French equivalent. It contains a list of daily situations or linguistic risks in which learners can engage. Using the passports, students can check off risks that are relevant to them and take them. After a certain number of risks have been taken in one semester, the passport may be submitted to enter a draw for prizes. Here are some sample pages from the passport, a personal details page that is reminiscent of a real travel passport. A few pages with explanations giving the rationale behind the initiative, explaining what a linguistic risk is and why it is important to take risks. And here is a sample page from the list of risks. The passport contains more than 80 risks and most of them can be repeated up to 3 times, so this gives a learner more than 200 opportunities for authentic practice. Students are also asked to rate each risk as high, medium, or low as they take it. This may give the research team an idea as to whether learner anxiety about a certain situation may decrease with repeated interactions. Let's imagine here that a French learner has chosen to take risk number 9 and risk number 11 on this page and mark them like this. We see that with repeated risk taking, the level of risk 11 went down from high to medium. Learners also have the opportunity to use a blank page or blank pages in the passport to propose their own risks. These are authentic situations or activities that were not already listed in the passport. Here is an example of a new risk proposed by a French speaker who was learning English. Learners can also share risks, comments, or experiences using social media. At the end of the passport booklet, learners can find a self-assessment page where they can rate their learning experience, their progress, and the perceived usefulness of the tool. Motivational statements and slogans are also included in the passport. More generally, the linguistic risk-taking initiative is informed by 3 overarching theoretical frameworks: socialization or second language socialization, plurilingualism, and positive psychology. The project also draws on other important concepts such as autonomy or authenticity, action-oriented and task-based language learning and teaching, gamification, willingness to communicate, as well as language anxiety and language enjoyment, as already mentioned. The passport tool is also a useful data collection tool for research purposes. In addition, we have implemented questionnaires and follow-up interviews with both learners and language teachers. I can share some of the findings during the live presentation slot at the symposium. Finally, we have developed 2 versions of a digital linguistic risk-taking app as a logical next step of the project. During the live presentation at the symposium, I will offer a demonstration of the app and open the floor to further discussion and questions. Thank you very much for your attention. Please take a moment to view the acknowledgements of the project team and the funders. I look forward to seeing many of you online at the symposium.